The Indonesian double players are known for speed, playfulness and high entertainment. In this video we're going to talk about how you can learn this style of playing. Before we move on in this video, please visit our website www.basicfeather.com to find your new badminton racket. One thing you can notice with the Indonesian double players is how good they are with the racket. They have a really good touch on the racket and their racket movements are very quick. One of the things you notice with the players are they rarely do a high lift, and that's also why they are so fast and quick with the racket actions. They almost never lift, and if they do, it's very flat lifts, so they can get the fast-paced playing style. Many coaches would probably not prefer playing like the Indonesian, but they are so good at it and they've done it like since they were kids. That's why they're super good at it. And we're gonna talk about how you can learn some of it at least and get that into your double game. So why do they do it? It's because they wanna get the opponent almost tricked into their style, and that's why they play all these flat drives and all these flat lifts, because then they really get into their game. They are not necessarily interested in playing the slow game with high lift and smash and a good defense with, again, high lifts, always breaking the rhythm. They want to do it like fast, because that's what they are probably the best at. So we're going to talk about 3 exercises that could help you in getting to playing like the Indonesian players. So the first exercise is box game. And it's box game with a small variation because you can only do lifts, I would say, approximately 2 meters above the net. In that way, we're really forcing ourselves to play a lot of flat, a lot of drive, a lot of challenges at the net. So we have to do the quick racket movements. So I just want to make sure that you understand what I mean when I say box game. So there are 2 fields in a box game. This is the first one, so this big one, and then the second one is this one. So we only have these 2 fields when I talk about box game. So as mentioned, it's a box game, 2 against 1 on half court. One is doing the exercise, and then we have the other 2 feeders, one at the front and one at the back. The reason why we're gonna do that is because then we can put maximum pressure. I need to play a lot of quality to the net, because otherwise I'll get a lot of offensive drives against me. And also when I do the lift, there's always one ready to put pressure on me as the one doing the exercise. So this is not necessarily an exercise where the one doing the exercise is in a complete defense. I need to always fight for the initiative. That means I, as doing the exercise, need to have a lot of quick feet because I always need to be on the move. If I'm too settled on the court, that means I'm always a bit under pressure and I want to get as close as a 50-50 situation all the time. So that means I really need to move and meet the shuttle as quick as I can in this exercise. So what I want to focus on as feeders, because you have a lot of time, you're only covering a box and you're 2 players. You can always almost kill the shuttle if you want to and thereby ruin the exercise. What I want you to focus on is challenging the one doing the exercise a lot on their movement, a lot on the racket situation, because that's what we want to practice. So sometimes, even though you have the chance as the one standing at the back, don't go for 110% smash, perhaps go for 90%, so you know that the one doing the exercise can defense it and get the exercise going and practice a lot of these movements, because that's what we want to focus on. The next exercise is also a 2 against 1 exercise. The one doing the exercise is standing at the center of the court, and then they can do drives and lift to both sides. The ones feeding are standing side by side and thereby covering kind of the baseline plus the mid-court. So they also have a court they need to cover from the center and back. The one doing the exercise is doing a lot of drives, a lot of flat lifts, and the 2 feeders are always challenging approximately at the center where I'm standing and perhaps a meter from the center of my body, so I also need to move a little bit. So this mid-court exercise here, you can do it a bit more advanced as well, and making the feeders more dynamic in their movement, so they're not just standing side by side, but they do need to do a lot of rotation as well. So in that way, I, as doing the exercise, can really play almost the full court, of course, through the front court, but the feeders really need to move and adjust just as in a doubles. So the last exercise we're gonna talk about here is flat drives, you against the wall. So the closer you stand to the wall, the faster you'll get the shuttle back. So try and challenge you as much as possible, getting as close to the wall, of course still having space to move your racket so you don't hit the wall, but stand as close as you can and then really just do flat drive towards the wall because it will come back fast and you really need to adjust your grip a lot and try and generate that power against the wall all the time. Of course, you can never beat the wall. That's why it's a good exercise. So we have been through a few exercises now in how to play like the Indonesian double players. This is just for inspiration. These are some exercises. There are definitely a lot more, but the focus is your racket actions and always being ready to play and drive all the time and having your racket ready. That is the main thing that you need to remember having watched this video. A lot of badminton players around the world already subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you haven't, please help us subscribe to our channel so we make sure to deliver the best badminton content for you.